Greetings everyone, this is Michael vs. Jason 2012, and this is the No Way Out 2012 results. Well, I gotta tell you, the pay-per-view in my view was, well, pretty good. They had some, it was pretty good, and I very enjoyed it a lot, especially what happened in the end. I am very, very happy. I can start right now. The first match was a pre-show match. I'll start with the pre-show. It is Bros Clay versus David Otunga. Bros came walking into the ring, not doing his usual. Well, he was dancing, but he wasn't dancing that much because of the injured leg he had suffered at the hands of David Otunga, who attacked him on SmackDown, injuring his leg. So he was unable to do much moves because of the injury, but he was still able to continue wrestling, and he did fight against David Otunga, who targeted the leg and tried to injure and take down Bros Clay. But during the matchup, Bros launched David out of the ring, and instead of getting back into the ring, David decided to get himself counted out. So the match ended by a countout, and Bros Clay was victorious, though I'm pretty sure these two guys are not done, and David's probably going to try to get some payback against the Funkasaurus in the future. Next, we had Sheamus versus Dolph Ziggler for the World Heavyweight Championship. This was the opening for No Way Out, and I gotta tell you, this was a pretty good match. Dolph Ziggler really brought everything he had to the fight. He tried to use everything in his arsenal to try to beat Sheamus. No signs of swagger during the matchup, so I guess I was wrong about thinking swagger might get involved in the match. And Sheamus did, he used his power and speed against Dolph Ziggler, but Ziggler was quick and was able to counter much of Sheamus's moves, including one of my favorite moments from this match was when both men were on top of the ropes, and Dolph Ziggler hit some kind of face buster on Sheamus from the top rope. Sheamus landed on his face, and Dolph Ziggler was close on winning. I thought that was it. I thought Dolph Ziggler was going to become the world champion, but Sheamus kicked out and was able to win the match and retain his world title. So for the third time this month, since these two fought one-on-one, it ended with Ziggler not winning, which is kind of a shame. I really thought Ziggler was going to win, but close but no cigar, I guess. So he was close, but it wasn't enough to win the title. So tough shame for Dolph Ziggler, but I'm pretty sure he'll get another chance at the world title in the future. Next, we had Santino Marella versus Ricardo Rodriguez in a tuxedo match. Now, how this match goes is that both men are wearing tux, and the only way to win is to remove the tux from the opponent. So it wasn't good. It wasn't a good match, but it was funny. At least it was funny and entertaining. At least I'm kind of glad this didn't happen like during the middle card. So I was glad it happened before then, and it was very funny. And Santino won. It was it was a very funny match. I gotta tell you, Santino and Ricardo. This rivalry between these two guys is very funny. I do wonder, though, when Santino's going to defend his US title against somebody who would hold on to it a lot longer and would do pretty well with it. Next, we had Christian defending his Intercontinental title against Cody Rhodes. This was this match was somewhere at least 11 minutes or half an hour of that. Whatever, it doesn't matter. This was a pretty good match. I liked it a lot between these two guys. You got the old generation against the new generation. You got Christian, who's been part of WWE since the Attitude Era, and against Cody Rhodes, who's part of the new generation. This was a great match between these guys. I liked it a lot. Cody looked pretty good against Christian, and but in the end, though, Christian was able to retain his Intercontinental title and continue holding on to it, which I was glad for, because I was a little concerned that they were going to let Christian lose the title to Cody so he can win it back like they did with the Big Show. But thankfully that didn't happen, so Christian retained his title. But I wouldn't mind seeing these two guys face each other in the ring. This was a pretty good match between these guys. I liked it a lot, and I was I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next. Next, we had the Primetime Players, or as so known as Titus O'Neil and Darren Young, versus Primo and Epico versus the Usos versus Tyson Kidd and Justin Gabriel. This was a fatal 4-way match to decide who would face the WWE Tag Team Champions. Four pretty good tag teams. I was actually a little glad that the tag team division was getting something out of this pay-per-view, because we haven't seen these kind of matches before. We did see one at WrestleMania, but this was a pre-show, so it kind of sucked. I like these teams. They were all pretty good. There was a moment where when they were all taken out outside the ring, and I really was hoping the Usos would win, because I mean, I'm a big fan of the Usos. I really was hoping they would win. Much to my disappointment, I didn't, which is a shame, because WWE is not really pushing these guys, and they really do deserve to get some push around here. Epico and Primo, you know, were doing they did a pretty good job in the ring as well. They were being led by AW. Many of you also remember him, Abraham Washington, who was part of ECW and that dumb segment of his, the Abraham Washington Show. Well, anyways, he kind of had Primo and Epico involved in this matchup to try to earn the tag title opportunity, even though they already did. But he wanted them to try to prove they were, I guess, in a way, the best tag team in the WWE. Tyson and Kidd and Justin Gabriel are a pretty good team. I mean, they're both high flyers. They're both pretty good, especially at WrestleMania. How well they did at that pay-per-view. But in the end, though, it was the Primetime Players, Titus O'Neil and Darren Young, who won the match and have earned that shot to face the tag champions, which is pretty good. I like these two guys. Titus O'Neil and Darren Young, both guys from part of NXT. They did not win NXT, but they did pretty well. Okay, well, maybe not Darren Young. He didn't do pretty well in NXT, but he did survive kind of well, pretty much. And still, he found a good partner to team up with, and he's finally getting some push around here in the WWE. And now we might see a great tag team match between these guys. So I guess we'll find out what happens when these two guys face R-Truth and Kofi Kingston for the tag titles. Next, we had Layla facing Beth Phoenix for the Divas Championship. This was near like 7 minutes. I didn't pretty much like this match at all. I was really... There was some... Beth Phoenix was dominant as always, but in the end, though, like I told my friend, that she made one mistake and it cost her, and it did. Layla retained her Divas title. She beat Beth Phoenix and walked out with the Divas Championship. I was a little disappointed that Beth did not win it, but well, I guess we'll find out who will be facing Layla for the title. I didn't pretty much pay attention much to this match. I didn't like it very much, but still, congratulations to Layla. She deserves it, and I guess we'll find out who faces Layla for the title, because I don't think they're going to give the Glamorous on another chance. I mean, they did already give her 3 chances against Kelly, but I don't think they're going to give her a third chance. Next, we have Sin Cara versus Hunico. This was kind of they added another match to the pay-per-view. They added like 2 more to the pay-per-view. This match and another match is going to come up later. This was a pretty good match between these two guys. As always, they're both great high flyers. I'm very glad that Sin Cara returned to pay-per-view. It's their first pay-per-view match since Survivor Series when he got injured. I was very glad to see Sin Cara go one-on-one against Hunico, because these two guys have a history and they were both pretty good in the ring. But it ended with Sin Cara victorious in the matchup and Hunico loses to him. I really do hope that Sin Cara gets some kind of push, because as we've seen in the past, some masked wrestlers don't make it. Like Ultimo Dragon, he did not get any kind of push while in the WWE. I don't think he even lasted. I think he only lasted a year in the WWE, or maybe less. I don't know. But I do hope Sin Cara will be different and he gets an opportunity around here. Next, we had CM Punk versus Kane versus Daniel Bryan for the WWE title. This is a triple threat match. This was my favorite match. This was my favorite, one of my 3 favorite matches of the pay-per-view. I mean, these 3 guys were very good in the ring. They had some great moments in the ring. I liked it a lot. You know, Daniel Bryan trying to beat CM Punk and trying to make him tap out during the matchup. Kane, dominating against the two guys because of his size and strength. CM Punk doing a fantastic job trying to retain his title. He hit some great moves, especially when Kane had Daniel Bryan on his shoulder and Punk got on the top rope and hit a clothesline on Daniel Bryan. It was kind of like the Doomsday device of the Legion of Doom, except that I don't think Kane and Punk will actually beat those guys. But it was a pretty good match. I liked it a lot. In the end, all these guys hit their finish. All these guys hit their finishers, but they couldn't put the other guy away. In the end, during the matchup, AJ tried to, got involved. Kane slammed into her. She fell on the floor, and CM Punk was able to get the victory on Kane. I don't think he knew that AJ was there. I mean, if he did knew, I guess he didn't see her or not. But we saw Kane carrying AJ and leaving the ring while CM Punk was celebrating retaining his title. I congratulate Punk. He's held on to that title since Survivor Series. He's held it on since December, January, February, March, April, May, and now June. That's 7 months. He's held it on. Let's hope he holds it on at Money in the Bank, where I guess he might lose it or not. And ironically, it would be the same pay-per-view where he won the WWE title for the first time. So I guess we'll find out. Like I said, this was a great match between these guys. They had a lot of great moments in the ring, and I think the crowd was very into it. And I'm looking forward to seeing who's going to face CM Punk. You might see Daniel Bryan face him, or either Kane. Either way, I guess we'll find out tonight on Raw. Next, we had Ryback versus two kind of local wrestlers. I gotta tell you, I really like Ryback. Some people say he's like Goldberg, but there's kind of a bit difference between these guys. One is that, I guess one of the differences is that Goldberg, never fought two guys at the same time. He never fought two guys at the same time. And, well, I mean, there were other differences between him and Goldberg, but Ryback, once again, destroyed two wrestlers once again, and was able to win the match. Ryback is really impressing me. I didn't think he was gonna last long with this new gimmick of his, but showing off his strength and showing off what he can do against these two guys, how destructive he can be. Man, I gotta tell you, I wouldn't mind seeing him go one-on-one against either the Big Show or even the world's strongest man, Mark Henry, who suffered an injury a couple months ago. He's undergoing a career-threatening surgery, so hopefully we'll see Mark Henry come back in the ring one day. But until then, we can only hope he recovers well and that he gets back on his feet soon. Yeah. All right, now we get to the main event match. This one was the one I was looking forward to. And me and my friend kept thinking, what's going to happen? What might be the result of this match? And what could WWE do with those results? It was John Cena versus the Big Show in a steel cage match, where if Big Show loses, John Laurinaitis will be fired. But if John Cena loses, he'll be fired. Now that John Cena would be fired thing was added on SmackDown when John Cena confronted John Laurinaitis, or rather, John Laurinaitis confronted John Cena when Cena wanted Big Show to come out. John Laurinaitis told Cena the board director said the match will continue on no matter what. And when John Cena kind of threatened to punch John Laurinaitis warned him if he does touch him, he would be fired. John Cena told him that the board director said the match will go on no matter what. So Laurinaitis could not fire John Cena if Cena touched him. And that's what happened. John Cena punched John Laurinaitis, and this was added to the pay-per-view, where John Laurinaitis would fire John Cena if he loses to the Big Show. Well, Big Show was very dominant in this matchup. He showed how dangerous he was, as always, as a giant. He had the match under his control until there were some involvements in this matchup. There were some involvements between Kofi Kingston getting involved. Vince McMahon was trying to get involved, I guess, and John Laurinaitis kind of got involved in it as well. There was a lot of involvement, but it was pretty much stayed in the match between these two guys, John Cena and the Big Show. Near the end of the match, John Cena was able to hit the AA on the Big Show. Finally, he was able to hit him with that move and was trying to escape the cage. Bros Clay got involved and had a steel cage at the cage door to keep Big Show from getting out. Because if you remember, Big Show and him have some bad blood when Big Show attacked and destroyed Bros Clay. So during the matchup, Bros Clay got involved to try to help John Cena. In the end, John Cena was able to climb over the cage. John Laurinaitis tried to stop him, allowing Big Show time to get to the cage door. Bros Clay got involved and stopped Laurinaitis. And just as Big Show was halfway out of the cage, John Cena escaped the cage and he won the match. John Cena defeated the Big Show, and now John Laurinaitis is fired. Yes, yes, yes. We finally get rid of John Laurinaitis. I am very happy for this. I knew, a part of me knew John Cena was going to win. My friend thought, in his mind, John Cena was going to lose, and John Laurinaitis was going to have more power. But thankfully, John Laurinaitis did not prevail, and so he's fired. John Cena had John Laurinaitis on his shoulder for the AA. Mr. McMahon came out, had the microphone, and said the two words that we've all waited to hear. You're fired. John Laurinaitis is fired. He is gone. John Cena hit him with the AA on the Spanish announce table, and finally we got rid of that jackass John Laurinaitis. And after that, Michael Cole started kissing ass to John Cena. He started saying, "Oh, I always believed in you, John Cena. I never supported John Laurinaitis." What a tool. Man, I'm very glad that this pay-per-view turned out well. I did not like that they added some matches to the pay-per-view. They could have built this up. They could have built those matches up, but they didn't, which was disappointing. But still, it was still pretty good. From start to finish, it was pretty good for me. And we finally got rid of John Laurinaitis. We'll find out either tonight who will be in charge of Raw. It could be Eric Bischoff. Hopefully not. It could be Jim Cornette. Hopefully yes. I really like Cornette. Or it could be Ric Flair, who left TNA May, and kind of caused a bit of controversy between WWE and TNA. That you can find out later. You can find out on YouTube about that. But in the end, finally John Laurinaitis is gone, and everything's okay. Before I go, there was one thing I forgot to mention. Triple H came to the pay-per-view and kind of made an announcement that he wanted to tell Lesnar that let's put aside lawyers, let's forget all about that, and let's sell this in the ring. So he made a challenge to Brock Lesnar to fight him at the 25th anniversary of SummerSlam. He wants to fight Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam to sell this once and for all. I like it. Because we've never seen these two guys fight one-on-one. We saw them fight, but it involved The Rock. But we've never saw them fight one-on-one. So I like this. I like this a lot. I think it could happen, but I was looking forward to seeing Brock Lesnar fight CM Punk for the WWE title. So I don't know. I guess we'll find out what WWE are going to do with this. So I guess we'll find out. Well, I guess that's it. Take care, everybody. Goodbye, and I hope you liked the pay-per-view as much as I have, and we'll see you all next time. Bye.